Crash Bandicoot. You banished me to the past. But all it did was give me more time to plan your doom.
Whoa, get that right off, get that off. We're not going to get a copyright strike, we turn that down. Alright, good. Let's put something more neutral in the background instead. Yep, okay, that works. That'll do. Anyway, more important things. It's finally been announced, it's official now. Crash Bandicoot 4 is happening. It's coming out quite soon, and I want to talk about it for a little bit, so let's do that right now. So here's a bit of a departure from what I'd normally do on this channel. That's when I actually managed to upload anything at all, of course. Also, watch out for Crash 2 starting next week. It's actually happened though. We all knew it was coming, but now it's official. It's been stamped, signed and sealed. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, has been officially announced. And it bloody well is about time. Many years after the last proper Crash Bandicoot game, and I'm not counting the Insane Trilogy here or CTR Nitro Field as they're remakes of old games, not brand new ones. It's been a long time since the last actual new Crash game, and even longer since the last one that was actually good, let's face it. Comes this, and my god is it beautiful. Some may not like the new art style, but I for one love it. I think it's wonderful. It's different enough, but familiar enough to be instantly recognisable and bring the series into 2020. It helps define itself as its own thing and separate itself from the Insane Trilogy. I think this was a wise choice, because as great as Insane was, they were still retreading old ground, and therefore it had to look the part and resemble the old games. But now they have the opportunity to modernise Crash and put a new marker in place for the series. But the most important reveal is the way the levels will work. They're linear, corridor-based levels, which I'm sure will be music to the ears of many an old-school Crash fan. As much as plenty of platformers have had open, free-roaming levels, Crash made itself famous with its narrow, corridor-based levels with densely packed challenges. And to see that in 2020 is quite a wonderful thing. It's exactly what the series needs to continue to have the excellent level design the original trilogy was famous for, while also expanding on the idea and bringing it into the modern world. Toys for Bob, who are the developers on this game, have said that there's not going to be warp rooms in this one. So at least from Crash 2 to Crash the Rapid Cortex, you had warp rooms where you had 5 individual levels per area, and you could do them in any order you wanted to. And then when you'd done all those 5 levels and got the crystals in those levels, you could then go and fight a boss. And then you unlock the second warp room, and you had another 5 individual levels that you could do in any order. The original Crash Bandicoot had a linear level progression, so you did level 1, then you did level 2, then you did level 3. You did them in a set order that you couldn't deviate from. And it seems as though that's the path they've taken for this game, and they seem to be saying that it's because they want the difficulty curve to be fair and reasonable. So level 1 will be easy, level 2 will be a bit harder, level 3 will be a bit harder still, level 4 a bit harder still. So you have a nice smooth difficulty curve up to the end of the game. And it also allows you to use the abilities that are in this game, which are brand new to the series, which are in this form of 4 masks, which we're going to talk about next. But unlike the Rapid Cortex, these masks appear to be helpful and grant abilities to traverse challenges in the levels. 2 have been revealed so far, one which will slow down time, allowing Crash to get past fast-moving obstacles, and the other that reverses the direction of gravity, allowing you to run on the ceiling to traverse obstacles up there instead and get past things that are on the floor. The other 2 are yet to be revealed, but they should lead to some interesting gameplay experiences that are built on top of the old school platforming we've grown to love over the years. In terms of characters, it's already been revealed that in addition to playing as Crash, you'll also be able to play as Coco. You can switch between the 2 of them at any time. They both have the exact same abilities. I think it's more a preference thing if you'd rather play as Coco or you'd rather play as Crash. But in addition to that, the interesting thing is it seems as though you can also play as Cortex, who apparently has a totally different playstyle. He controls differently, and his levels are going to be more like puzzles than traditional platforming levels. When it comes to returning boss characters as well, we only know of one so far, and that's N-Jin, who we can see in what appears to be a boss fight in the trailer. However, developers Toys for Bob have confirmed more will follow. Here's hoping for some classics like Dingodile and Pinstripe. It looks as though there'll be some new faces too, some new boss fights, which I'm always going to welcome. just as long as they don't do the old guys dirty. Well, we don't have long to wait anymore. Anyway, it's coming out on the 2nd of October, and I, for one, am a very, very excited Crash Bandicoot fan. I really, really hope they get this right. This is a big deal. You know, they've been building to this since they announced the Insane trilogy, an actual brand new Crash Bandicoot game. It's a really, really important thing for the series. They have to get this right, because if they don't, well, I don't know where the series is going to go after that point. I really hope they get it right. And I'm sure they will. I'm going to remain optimistic on this occasion. From what we've seen so far, it looks great. Let's hope it really is. Anyway, thanks for watching. See ya!
How many times have you beaten this clown anyway?
3.
Really? Only 3? Funny. Seemed like more.